This episode is brought to you by Precision Fuel and Hydration, a proud supporter of the Inside Running podcast. It keeps us fueled on our long runs and races. Are you training for your next big race and still guessing your nutrition? Inside Running Podcast listeners, 2026, this is the year you stop winging it. Precision Fuel and Hydration is the answer. Their free online planner helps you nail your sodium and carb intake so you don't fade when it matters most. Visit precisionhydration.com, and while you're there, place your first order and get 15% off when you use the code IRP 2026.
Child, being a skin can bring you so much pain. Now I hear you say you got the best of both ways. Won't you come and take a walk in my shoes?
Welcome to episode 455 of the Inside Running Podcast. A massive thank you for being here for another week. Massive show coming at you. I've got a world record to talk about. Went down at the Diamond League over in London. We've got some results from Hungary. Run Melbourne happened on the weekend. Sutherland to surf up there in New South Wales. A big welcome to all our running kooks and running, what are they called? Core Lords. Doesn't matter what you are. A big welcome to both of you. Segment number 2 of that segment is happening tonight. We've got some whispers, maybe Moose on the Loose, listen to questions. There's about 15 questions listed here. I'm sure we'll get to a few of them. And then we'll preview a bit of stuff that's coming up, because this time next week we're going to be recapping a race that we've all been in. Welcome to my co-host, is Anne Anglesey, 214 marathoner, Julian Spence. How you going?
Good. Thanks, mate. Had a good week. Good week of training. Race week. Didn't think I'd be saying that for probably another year. But race week for me. Race week for all three of us.
Race week. How good is that? Our other co-host is based in Canberra, 217 marathoner, 29.42 for 10K croaks. Also sub 31 recently when he did break a record for over 45s, but he's not registered in the Masters organisation. How are you this week?
Good, Brady. I'm very shocked that Moose is racing. It's been back running for, 3 weeks?
Mate, I've been running since fucking April. I just haven't been getting better.
What's a good day for you on Sunday?
Good day.
Other than getting to the finish line.
Here's one you'll love, Craigs. Just want to have a positive experience out there, mate. Just a positive experience. I don't. This is the difference between me and you, Croaks. I'm happy to put it on the line when I'm not fit. I'm happy to have some shit ones. I'll come back on the race course and get beaten by blokes that'll make me super mad and triggered, and but I'm all right with it.
Yeah, it's funny. Like, I wish I was better at that. I wish I was better at like having shit ones, because it's like it probably stops me from racing as much, because when I go out there, I want it to be a good one, and if you want it to be a good one every time, you're obviously putting more pressure on yourself as opposed to just fucking going for it. If it's not your day, it's not your day, and who cares? Move on.
It's a team thing for me though, because this is across country. So I wouldn't be there if this was the Albert Park Run pre 10K or something. This is,
which it is for me. You know, it's just a 10K.
Right.
has no real meaning for me.
Well, I got till Wednesday to make it a team thing for you.
Yeah, I want to get to that at the end of Croaks' weeks. Do you want to go first, Moose? I was thinking at the end of each week we could throw out an over-under. So after Moose recaps his week, Croaks, we've got to come up with an over-under that he could beat on Sunday. His will be harder than ours.
Yeah, all right. Well,
especially when he's running for his beloved cats. Brings out a bit extra in him.
A bit different there. Yep. Had a day off Monday, actually. And then went up to Canberra early, 6 a.m. flight Tuesday. Got off the plane, straight into Chris's car. Went to the Arboretum, called the National Arboretum. And it's this pretty cool, like, it's a real weird place, actually. It's on a hill just at the west side of the lake over here. And there's like orchids and there's some single track mountain bike trails. Then there's a funny little like pine forest with all these flags in there, like they call it like the Himalayan thing or something. So yeah, you run in about 10 different bits of terrain across this loop, and it was pretty hillier than I kind of was expecting straight off the plane. We did 9K. There was a lot more to be done out there, but Chris, he's a real chronic half stepper, and he goes uphill quite well. He also senses weakness pretty early, and I was just puffing a bit, and then he just starts to put the foot down uphill. Exactly the things that I do, but he just makes it real unpleasant for the for the other bloke, which was me. So I enjoyed this. You know, they never see this pop up on Croaks' Strava.
I've seen more of Canberra running on your Strava in the last week than 10 years of Croaks'.
It's interesting, Moose, because a lot of that stuff where you run there is a bit more of the single trail paths and stuff, whereas we've done long runs out there, but a lot of the trails that you ran on we wouldn't touch on a long run.
Yeah, well, that's what Chris said. He was out there, and I think he said it was like Telford's group was out there, and they were just running on the asphalt roads rather than on the trails.
Yeah, because you can basically do a big loop from the Stromlo cross country course into where you ran. Then you go down to this Coppins Crossing, cross over Coppins Crossing, and then that's where the big hills come in, where Deke used to run back in the day. So this arboretum has really come as a result of the 2003 bushfires, because that road where Telford run, that was all just pine forest through there back in the day.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Well, yeah. There's still a bit of pine there. Yeah. It's.
I'll take you for the big 30K loop one day, Moose, through there. Deke's stomping ground.
Hold him to that, Moose. Hold him to it.
That would be an absolute treat for me. Imagine if I would just be telling you to slow down the entire time. You would hate it. It was bloody cold up there, though. So next morning, we went and did a workout down on the lake, and it was on my Strava. It says 0 feels like 0, but it felt less than that. It was bloody icy. I warmed up with all sorts of clothing on, beanies, gloves, tights, and then did the workout in tights, half zip, long sleeve. I wore big, thick gloves, but I left the beanie off, and I got an ice cream headache. I did, what did I do? 6 by 5 minutes. So we did 3. We ran these back in towards the city from where we parked, and there was no one out there where we parked. But by the time we got into the city, there was a bunch of people in there, and it I thought, oh, this is quite good considering how cold it was. It was absolutely freezing. The lake there was no wind, so it was just super still. The first rep was 340, and my average heart rate was 145 on it. So I was really struggling to get moving on this first repeat. But then I'd warmed up. So the second repeat was 323s, then 325, 326, 328, 327. This was actually a really good session for me, considering the temperature and the fact that I've had some pretty average sessions lately. I walked away from this with some confidence. I also wore a new shoe. I wore the On Cloud Boom Strike 2, which I was really unsure about when I first put it on. And I didn't expect to enjoy it as much as I did. But this thing just works for me. Or it really gels with my running stride. I was hitting the deck and I felt like I had a big sweet spot. It was really stable for me, which again, I was really concerned about. And stable is something I look for in a race shoe. I don't really have the lower leg strength to handle unstable. And I need to have some sort of rear foot to land just to take some load off the Achilles, which can get pretty fatigued. So yeah, this shoe I was a fan of. I'm going to, throughout this show, boys, I'm going to throw a few core or kooks. So first one, someone's pegged me about this, putting my watch over the top of a long sleeve so I can actually see it while I'm doing my workout. What do you boys think about that? Because I think that's absolute core lord behavior to be doing a workout in a long sleeve top in the cold.
Well, I've never had my watch over my long sleeve top before.
But how are you going to see your watch, mate?
I just pull the sleeves up a little bit.
Mate, it's 0 degrees. I'm trying to cover my skin.
Core lord, mate. 0 degrees, don't care. Still gonna see the watch. Still gonna show a bit of skin.
A real core lord wouldn't give a shit about the pace either. They'd just be
it's heart rate, mate.
Running off yeah, core lord ain't wearing heart rate.
Well, Brady, have you ever put your watch over the top of your sleeve?
No, I haven't, but I appreciated it because it kind of looks a bit daggy. And are we saying that core lords are a bit daggy?
Absolutely. They don't give it. See, core lords don't care about what they look like. They're not about aesthetics. Core lords want to see the data on their arm, and they want to. They're not about looking cool. They're not about the gram.
I just fold my long sleeve up a tiny bit.
Yeah. So the reason I wouldn't do it as well, Moose, is I have a tendency to get too hot in sessions. Like I actually can't remember doing too many sessions, even in long sleeve shirts. And so I would hate the fact that if I did get a bit hot, that I couldn't just pull my sleeve up.
Bit different on the treadie, mate.
Hey, that's a nice colorway of that shoe. Your photo here on Strava.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Purple and green.
Do you know what? Didn't even fucking book that color. I come in and I'm like, oh, this is amazing. I booked like the kind of whitish one with green, which is pretty nice too. But I'm like, oh, maybe I made a bad call there because I like the purple.
I love the first one, Cloud Boom Strike. Until it started, I had some issues with like blistering in the back of my heel. But I got I reckon I put 200K in it before I had that issue. And I was going to take it to Chicago. And I'm like, this shoe did all my big workouts in it, like, 35K tempos, things like that. And then I just started getting some rubbing on it and I didn't want to risk it in a marathon. But they've addressed that, haven't they?
Oh, I had no issues with the fit.
Yeah.
The fit was great. They've still got the drop in midsole. So like, you pull out the actual foam of the shoe.
Yeah.
Just so they can reduce the use of the glue. And that's and just more foam, less glue. It feels softer when you use less glue. It doesn't feel as stiff. It's a great design.
So they sent us last week the light spray version of this shoe.
Did they? I don't have that.
Oh, I got that. Did you get that, Croaks?
Yeah, I got that.
Man,
you haven't been home, have you?
I've been stitched up again. Oh, it could be at the store. It could be at the store. I hope it is.
This is a Stay Sky suitcase all over again, but man, you this time, Croaks.
Nah, Moose will have got one.
Yeah, you would have got one.
And so what did you think of that? Did you put it on yet?
I haven't put it on yet. I'm going to put it on for some strides tomorrow. But I have still got this, like, I don't know how to describe this feeling around the light spray, that when I got down the box, I was like, oh, it's the light spray one, which is just this extra bit of special, but also it's so different from everything I've ever worn before because it doesn't have shoelaces, that in my head I'm like, does this carry a bit of risk? Like, is this like a collector's edition? Like, is this too good to wear in a race? Because it came in this beautiful big box and I'm like, this is out there. So for a 10K race this weekend, I'm like, do I need to do a big 10K workout in it first to trust it because it's something I've never put on my foot before?
Isn't it more of a marathon shoe though? Wouldn't there be other options for 10K?
Nah, this is their super shoe, isn't it, Moose?
This is it. They have the Cloud Boom Vault, which is aimed at shorter distance, and the Cloud. But I'm considering this shoe for Sunday.
Yeah.
It's not as aggressive as some others though. Like Croaks is referring to something that's real, like narrower, lighter, snappier. This is a bit more cushion and a bit more slower pace friendly.
Okay. Croaks, what are you thinking? Fast R.
Probably.
Sunday.
It's what I've run the last 2 10Ks in.
Oh, you're Achilles, mate. You're Achilles.
No spoilers yet. Wait for his week.
It was fine in the last 2 races I did. So
You got that Brooks shoe, right?
Yeah, I do, but I'll get to that during my week.
All right.
A lot of shoe chat. Okay. That's a good looking shoe anyway.
Yeah, talking about shoe chat, shoes that in 0 degrees, depending on the foam that they have in them, can feel very different to what you expect the shoe to feel like, because they get real hard, real stiff, very slappy. The foam basically like freezes almost in really cold conditions. And so, yeah, it's been interesting playing around with shoes up there. I did take a day off after that. Then on Friday morning, went out to Ainsley. I've wanted to run this Ainsley loop for ages because I hear everyone talk about it. I see it pop up on Strava, and apparently it's really nice. So nice and kind of cruisy. Again, very cold this day. I'm not sure what it says on my Strava, but we parked down the bottom of the hill and then run a bit of this saddle or like around the outside. It's like a base loop. It's not that well marked. For Canberra, I would have expected a few better like markings because I think it's a pretty popular like loop, but then there's all these other signpost trails off it without real direction to them. So we were kind of winging it. And then we got to this one intersection and Chris didn't really think twice. He's like, yeah, right here. So I just followed him. It was called East Link or something. And then we started to go up and up. And I'm like, I thought this was a flat loop. And I'm going pretty hard at the moment. And this is getting difficult. And then we went down this real steep track. I thought, geez, the guys have really underplayed the difficulty of this run. Because you see all like Aaron and Aaron, who works for us, he runs it all the time, and Charlie, and they're not really chasing hills a lot, those guys. So we were very surprised when we realized how steep it was, and then we kind of came to the conclusion, oh, we've taken a wrong turn here, and so we got way more like vert than we wanted in this run, and we cut off about 3K from the run as well, I think.
Yeah, where you turned right, you should have just went straight, and you would have been pretty much at the top of the hill, and you would have had like a kilometre downhill, and then it would have been pretty just flat or rolling after that.
Yeah, I know. It looked.
I'll take you on that. I'll take you on that loop too next time, Moose.
There's no way you're leaving your little haven up there in Mulligan's. I'll come to Mulligan's, Croaks. How about that?
No, I'll take you on these runs.
All right. Next day, woke up again, absolutely freezing. Ran down, parked at a place called Dairy Road. This is just past the Capital City Brewing, which we go there so often. And then we just ran out and back, me and Chris and a mate here, Bobby. So it was just a cruise, 40 minutes. Got a Coral Kook here, boys. 1K in the run. All of a sudden, I hear this beep and look over. Bobby's got his watch set to fucking auto split, loud as. I'm like, oh boy, we got 8 of these coming up. I don't need to know what your 1K splits are, Bobby. Not sure why you need to know what your 1K splits are on this run. He's like, oh yeah, just this is what I always have. I'm like, that is kook.
That's out of the box. That's what it comes with. I swear they're turned on and people just never turn them off.
That's changeable. Very easy.
Yeah. What about when you're coaching people and you give them like time-based workouts? I'll give someone 8-minute reps and I look at their data, it's got like, first K in 3:55 and then I've got to work it out. I've asked a few people to turn their Ks off a few times.
Man, Caden Shields has that.
Does he?
I'll give Caden Shields I'll give him let's say it's 6 by 6 minutes and it'll be like K, then like a lap and after 2 minutes 50 or whatever it is or something like that. I'm like, what? What's going on here? And I have to do the math on it every single time.
It just makes it a bit harder to read the data. That's all.
You know what else he does? There's no lap. It's pause off, and then he starts running again. He starts his watch again.
Oh
so
yeah,
you don't see the rest period. Yeah, it's just not. It's
but they can see the rest period, can't they?
Yeah, it still shows on their watch. But at the same time, he's got case. He's doing everything wrong.
Yeah.
He's making it about as difficult as possible.
Yeah, for you to see. Yeah, so you can't even see his average heart rate in his recoveries.
No, you wouldn't see it.
because you wouldn't get the recovery split.
No.
Yeah.
I don't get a recovery. No, there's
See,
no
I sometimes like looking at that too to see how quick their heart rate's dropping.
Yeah.
Like a lot can be said about what your heart rate does in a 90 seconds or 60 seconds recovery.
That's true. Yep. Day off on the Saturday, flew home, and then Ali is coming off like a 4 or 5 day gastro. It's absolutely horrendous, like totally threw her. She got that Sunday, so she didn't do a lot of running. And then I thought, well, instead of doing a long run, let's do a little sort of sub-threshold type workout to get back into it. And it worked out that I couldn't make the long run anyway, so I thought I would jump in with her. We did this. This was actually cold for Anglesey. This was about 4 degrees, but it got cooler the further you left the coast, so down into this like bushy area. I was running with her, so it was done off her heart rate. So the first rep was 340, and this was uphill, and then we turned around and did a downhill rep, and that was 328. Back uphill 335, and then back downhill 328. The last couple of reps I was sort of working to stay with her. I think she gets a little bit antsy when I'm working harder next to her, so she wants to drop me. It's like she pushes a bit harder. In the end, it was actually quite a good workout for coming off that gastro stuff, and we both got something out of it, I reckon. Me working hard, more of a VO2 workout towards the end, and her probably more of a marathon pacey sort of sub-threshold return to training. Mileage, geez. Let's have a look. This has got to be good for me. I didn't look at it yet. This has got to be like 70K, I reckon.
60.
Oh.
0.6.
Some good elevation in there, though. Give him an extra for that.
Yeah, you got to pay that, Croaks.
Yeah. You got basically 10 metres of elevation per K for the week.
All right, what's your over-under, Croaks? Hard one.
Yeah. Going to go 30, 32 something.
32?
Oh,
You've lost your head.
Oh, we'll go 32 high then.
I had 33.15 written down.
What's 320s?
33.20.
That's it. That's my over-under.
And that's my, geez, I was close with the 33.15.
Yeah. 32?
That's what I was going off.
32.59.
Okay.
I would be stoked to run 32 something. I would be very happy.
Oh, I hope you are happy when you cross the line, Moose.
Thanks, mate. I mean, I'm in the over 40 category now. First race over 40, so there's always that little thing. There's that little carrot.
Oh, so you are? Oh, because you're 40 by the end of the year.
I'm 40 already.
You're 40?
Of course I'm 40. I'm 40 in March.
What? We didn't celebrate on the show.
Probably not.
Happy birthday, Moose.
Happy birthday. Happy 40th.
Well,
I don't know if you're joking or not. Did
why
you
would
know
I
this,
joke?
Croaks?
If I was joking, it wouldn't be about being over 40.
No, but we know what Julian's like when it comes to birthdays.
Real secretive. What'd you get for your birthday?
Like a pizza oven and a Tommy Bahama shirt.
Nice.
I
Don't
love
know what the shirt is, but I know what a pizza oven is.
It's like tropical silk short sleeve, like a pool wear dress down shirt.
Expensive? No doubt.
The shirts are silk. They're expensive. Yeah. That's what I always ask for like special birthdays.
Zach, can we do something on social media to celebrate the great man's 40th? We're going to have to buy him a gift as well, Croaks.
I'm going to say it was a fair while ago.
I'm shattered I've missed this. I'm big on birthdays and milestone birthdays.
You don't need to stress about this.
I just want to just show our love to you, Moose. Celebrate you.
You celebrate me every week. Every time you mention 214, that's all I want. That's all I want for my birthday.
Yeah.
Just
give me 52 of those every week, please.
More references.
Oh, well, happy belated birthday for back in March. All right. Can you climb 5K vertically to help Australians with blood cancer? The Leukemia Foundation and Bloody Mission are challenging you to climb a total of 5K in elevation over 5 days in October. Whether it's stairs, hills, trails or mountains, every metre you climb helps raise funds to support Australians facing blood cancer and the life-saving research that gives hope. Go solo or rally a team together. This October, it's not about how far you can run, it's about how high you can climb. Join the Vertical 5K Challenge at www.bloodymission.leukemia.org.au. Craigs, what do you got?
All right, so kicked off, Monday, did 15K that afternoon, 4:23s. Then my session on the treadmill on the Tuesday was 6 by 6 minutes. Wore the Brooks Hyperion Elite 6. So this was the second session that I'd done in them. I did all reps at 18.5K an hour. Lactate was actually really high for this pace. I was quite surprised. Like by this stage, I'm pretty confident that I'm over my sickness because I had a good session on the Saturday and lactates were sort of where I thought they would be. But I was 3.2 after 3 reps and 3.8 after 6, where for context, before I got sick, I was doing all reps at 18.5 and I was finishing the session at 2.0. And one of the sessions I did the first 3 at 18.5 and I was 1.9. So I bumped it up to 18.7K an hour and finished the session at 2.2. So I was just like, whew. Like heart rate wasn't crazy. Perceived effort was probably a bit higher than I'm used to, which like I haven't done any lactate with those shoes before. So I'm just not sure whether I'm not as efficient in those shoes. I don't know, but it just surprised me. But one of the things that I realized after that was, okay, the lactate doesn't lie. My body's obviously working a bit harder on the Tuesday than I wanted it to. So the Thursday session needs to be a really controlled one. So Wednesday morning, that was that cold morning you were talking about, Moose. I got out the door at 7:20, which is early for me. But I must admit, I really enjoyed this. It was a bit foggy out here. And there's something about those really crisp mornings where the air is so cold and it hits your lungs and there's something really nice about it. But then you've got the sun hitting your cheek. And like I just really loved this one, just running through the bush. So I did 15K again, 4:22s. Thursday, my session was 4 by 10 minutes off a minute recovery. I did all the reps here at 18K an hour and my lactate was 1.8 after 2 and 2.2 after 4. So that was much more sort of where I expected it to be.
What shoes?
They were the Metaspeed Edge, which actually I've been doing most of my treadmill sessions. I'm in the Metaspeed Edge, and these things have probably racked up over 400K now, but still feel pretty good. Did 45 minutes on the bike that afternoon. I also did gym on Tuesday, which I didn't mention. Then Friday, another 15K, 4:19s. And then Saturday, I wanted to have a session that was a little bit higher intensity compared to what I've been doing just in preparation for the race, because everything's just been like that sub threshold. So I thought I'd do the equivalent of 400s off 30 seconds recovery, which I haven't done on the treadmill before. So I did end up doing 25 75-second reps with 30 seconds recovery. Did them in sets of 5. So I did 5 reps at 19.5K an hour, 5 reps at 19.6, 5 at 19.7, 5 at 19.8. And I was still feeling fairly comfortable. So had I been working really hard, I would have just stopped at 20. But I'm like I'm not overdoing it here. And then did 5 reps at 20K an hour. I tested the lactate at the end of the session. It was 5.8, which is sort of where I wanted it to be. It was it was harder than what I've been doing, but not like off the charts. Not like I'm out there ripping, super quick 200s or 400s or anything like that on the track. So, and I know that Marius in his book, when the Ingebrigtsens do those like Saturday hill sessions, I think the lactate here is meant to be in that 5 to 9 range. Or 6 to 9. So still not crazy high. Did 45 minutes on the bike that afternoon. And then on Sunday morning, I woke up and I mentioned last week that since being sick, my Achilles has just been like I've been managing it, but it's been trending in the wrong direction. And I woke up on Sunday morning and it was like the worst my Achilles or my heel has felt getting out of bed. I was like, well, this is a bit of a worry, but it often is a bit stiff and then it warms up. So I went out for my run after Lily's basketball at 10:30, and this was the worst run I've had in over a year. I ran 90 minutes and it didn't warm up at all. Like it was probably a 4 out of 10, the whole 90 minutes. So I ended up changing the course. Like I actually went on to some new trails that I've never run before just because I knew it was going to be fairly flat through there. My plan originally was to run an hour 45 to 2 hours on this Sunday, but I got like hour 30. I'm like, this is enough. This is not enjoyable anymore. So that was 90 minutes, 4:18s. So in terms of the week, I ran 126K. I messaged you boys, like I thought I was in trouble for this weekend, but then this morning I woke up and my Achilles was way less stiff than it was yesterday morning, and it's actually felt fairly normal today. So I just rode the bike for an hour instead of running today. So I think I've dodged a bullet, and it's just one of those old man just managing stuff, working out what you can get away with.
These bullets seem to always arrive a week out from a race, Moose.
Oh, I'm not lying.
I know you're not lying.
Have a look where I ran yesterday.
I know you're not lying. I'm just saying. There's always a bit of, I'm not sure if I'm going to race. I'm like, bullshit, you're racing. Like, don't pull out on us now.
But this is the problem where, okay, my body can handle all of this sub-threshold stuff. As soon as I increase the intensity a little bit, and like what I did on Saturday, maybe 25 reps is excessive. But the only reason I did 25 was because I started too conservative. I just don't feel like I'd worked hard enough at 20. But, at the end of the day, if you're going to race, like you have to do something that's a little bit harder than a lactate of 2.5. But I just need to, it's more about timing in terms of, having that session on a Saturday followed by the long run. That's where the trouble is. Had I done that session on like the Thursday, and I can have a light Friday, gentler session on the Saturday, I'm probably then okay for the Sunday long run.
Yeah. How much did the numbers of that workout, the first one of the week, get in your head?
Not too much, because I knew that the Saturday session that I had was good, and I'm feeling good on all of my like runs that I do outside. My heart rate's really low. Like even on Sunday, although like I didn't feel like I was moving very well by the end of it, because you're sort of protecting that. Like my good leg, you're hitting up on the forefoot, toeing off. My bad one, you're sort of landing on your heel a little bit to avoid getting up on your toes. But I think my average heart rate on Sunday was 126 for 90 minutes. So like heart rate and stuff's really good. So like I'm feeling fit. I think the sickness probably just knocked all of those, like, where my lactate was before I got sick. But I reckon I'm probably at least as fit as I was for Sydney 10.
Yeah, which was 30:59.
Yeah. And then the training after Sydney 10, like I was having some really good weeks there where, like as I said, I was doing 6-minute reps and finishing sessions at 2.0, and I'm not quite there, but I reckon I'm, at least as fit as I was for Sydney.
This will be a more competitive field on Sunday. Like we'll get in some nice packs. Deeper than Sydney 10. If it's good weather. I haven't seen a weather prediction yet. Bit far out to be worrying about that. What's your number for him, Moose?
31 again. I reckon, I don't know how well he travels, Croaks. I don't know whether he travels that well.
Backpack issues in the past.
That kind of thing. You're going to take way out of his comfort zone.
I reckon, going through much quicker than 15:30 is just not worth it. Like, if any, the one thing I want to get from this race that I didn't have at Sydney 10 was I would love to get to 8K and feel like I can actually close out the race well, as opposed to like, okay, I'm hanging on now. And if I get too aggressive in the first 5K, I'm not going to be in that position.
Yeah, but if I reckon with a 10K, you kind of need to be at, you can hang on for 2K and still run PBs. It's not like it's not like a marathon.
And the last K is going to be quick regardless. So you just kind of wing the 9th K.
But there's only so much pace he can pick up. He's 47 years old.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You're probably going to pick it up anyway with the adrenaline running into the track.
And that's also the thing that's so like uninspiring about racing. You know, you go and put in this like, you know, I've trained fairly well since Sydney 10. But at the end of the day, like I'm pretty much at my ceiling. So there's not going to be like, you know, when you're a younger runner and you absolutely shock yourself when you cross the finish line going, holy shit, I just ran like 40 seconds faster than I thought I would. Like that stuff's gone. If I'm in that 30 to 50 to 31:10, it's a good day.
Yeah, I don't know. This new system though, like an extra 6 weeks of it.
Yeah. Yes, we'll
Plus,
see.
you don't get a chance to test yourself in training.
Yeah.
So there is the surprise factor on race day, I reckon.
Yeah. And that's probably the one thing that I love about this way of training is how many times do you overcook training in the last 2 weeks before a race or even race week trying to like really sharpen yourself up, where I'm probably not doing that as much as I used to.
And every week you're adding a week to this stretch of training you've got. Which you haven't strung like training like this together for years. So it's like every week it's like, oh, yep, that's another brick in the wall. Like it's another.
Yeah. How's this for a start? I've run more kilometres like in the first, 7.5 months than I ran all of last year.
Yeah, right.
So I could not run another step for the rest of this year and I would still be ahead of what I ran last year.
What have you averaged this year? You got it connected up to Claude, your Strava account?
I'll tell you how many Ks I've run for the year.
What do you got your Strava on AI, Brady?
Yeah, the boys were talking on the UK Monthly about it today as well. You can set it up so it like give it access to all your Strava data.
To do what?
Yeah, well, that's the thing. It's still not great with what it can do. Like I've asked it a few questions and the answers aren't like it gives you basic stuff. Like I can just put in there like tell me how many Ks I've averaged for the year or the last 4 weeks or last 8 weeks or whatever. But it should be they were saying as well that they haven't been able to, like Dan said he did a whole podcast episode on it, like why you shouldn't let AI coach you because of what it's spitting out at the moment still isn't that good.
So I've done 3,817K and what are we? So there's 26 weeks in the first 6 months and we've done another 3 weeks. So we say 29 weeks?
You got me covered by 200.
So that's 130 average for the year?
Yeah, it's pretty good. Nearly 20K a day average. That'd be 140.
Jeez.
That's good.
That doesn't include all those bike rides.
And gym sessions.
Bike rides, but then there's also maybe a bit of mayo on. I do so much on the treadmill that maybe I'm not running quite as far as what those treadmill sessions actually say.
Oh, it wouldn't be much though.
Yeah.
Marginal gains. Good week, Croaks. I got you down for 30-40. I reckon you have a blinder, getting a good pack.
I'd take that. I'd be a happy man as well.
30-40. I'll go through this week. Monday, 10K easy, 4:40 pace. I actually taught at school on Monday. How good is it when school holidays go back? Any parent out there knows exactly what I'm talking about. You're a parent, you'll love seeing school go back. 7K in the afternoon, 4:43 pace. Tuesday did a workout, 3 by 10 minutes off 90 seconds to start off, was 3:17, 3:16, then 3:13 pace. Then I did 8 by 500 at the end off 60 seconds and was rolling around 3 minutes, 3:05 kind of K pace for those 500s, which was good. Probably one of the better workouts I've done in a while. I'm starting to see like my threshold in the 3 teens now and not the 320s, which is good. Pleasantly surprised. 30 minutes that afternoon in the rain. Wednesday did 90 minutes at 4:28 pace. There was some listener feedback in my comments for you, Croaks. Brett left a comment about your training. I think he got the wrong person's Strava. I'm not sure, but he just reckons you train. It said Croker is doing too many sessions. That's why he got sick. You don't need that many as a Masters runner. I'm the same age as Steve Montighetti, and I just beat 93% of the runners at a 5,000 meter runner New York Road Runners race last weekend, doing the monostyle fartlek once a week. So yeah.
Did Brett win his age group?
Well, that's Brett Croaks has looked you up. He's not happy with this comment. I shared it with him. He's looked you up. He come fifth in his age group, didn't you say?
Yeah, I don't think I've lost my age group this year.
So yes, Brett, you might be beating 93% of the field, but Croaks is beating 100. So you and Brett can continue this in your own time. I'm not sure why this is happening on my Strava comments.
I actually think those two are going real well. If you sat them down at a beer, put a beer in both their hands, Croaks and Brett, similar type of cats, I reckon.
Also, the whole it's the reason I got sick. I had a cold. How many people get a cold in winter?
I've had 4 this week.
Anyway, you two can do that privately. Thursday I did 60 minutes before work at 4:36 pace, and then 8K after school, 4:31. Actually fell over on this run. I was running a bit more river chat from last week, so the river was real high, and then it's dropped low. And then I went to run on this trail, which must have been underwater like 48 hours earlier, and it was just like ice skating mud. And you know when you figure it out too late, like I kind of went down this little hill to get onto it, and then I'm like, oh, I'm ice skating here, I'm in big trouble. And then I just hit the deck covered in mud. It was like 800 meters into my 8K run too. So a bit embarrassing, running around town, a bit muddy. But that's okay. Things we do on the Murray River. Friday I was planning to do another workout, like one of my bang for buck 20-minute fartleks. But we've had this weird like fog that's just engulfed the town. Like we see sun for like an hour a day. It's really depressing. Remember the movie Twilight?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You know, that like eerie kind of like dark. So like the sun usually comes up right on 7 and I start my workout then. And my head torch moves, no good in the fog. But then I did like a 30-minute warm-up. Sun's still not up. It's not cutting through the fog. I'm just like, I can't go because I'm doing workouts on the side of the road. And it's just, you can't see like 50 meters in front of you. So I just pretty much put 200-meter laps on my watch and I just did 12 by 200 meters off 45 seconds just to get some kind of leg turnover there. So kind of a little bit of a workout, but not what I wanted. I was just imagining, visualizing Croaks next to me on the track, 200 meters to go. That's the only way I can beat him, Moose, if I'm still with him on the track and I got a big last 200 in me.
You reckon? No, he beat you doing that last time.
No, I went earlier that time.
Well, you actually went. You were in front of me for a lot of the race, and then I caught you and went past you. Then you went maybe 800 meters to go, and it was a real like half-assed. You got to the front, but you didn't do anything with it. I'm like, all right, well, he's not going that good.
Yeah, so I've got to learn from that. One big move late that he can't respond to. Like if I can roll a 28-second 200 for the last 200, I can't see him beating me.
Or be 30 seconds up the road, Brady, with a K to go.
No, that's not going to happen either. 7K after work on Friday. Then Saturday I did my long run. Same thing, full fog. Like you get wet, you get cold, it's freezing. Can't see in front of you. Had 2 dog chases on this run. This was like just solo. This wasn't fun.
Dog chases?
Yeah, well, the first dog chase I was in like a housing estate and there was a little staffy like in the front yard of the house and the owners were there and then the dog chased me. And then like staffies are pretty like thick, so they haven't got much endurance. So I just like put in a surge and they're kind of yelling at this dog to come back. And this dog's really excited that it's chasing me, but I was very confident I could drop it. So I probably put in like 500 meters worth of, 3:10K pace to drop this dog. And the owners are like coming down the road trying to chase it. The dog ends up like 600 meters away from its house. Hopefully can't find its owners ever again. But that's on the owners. Like if you can't control your dog in the front yard, don't be annoyed at me that it's ran off chasing me. And then the other one, I was out on this farming area, and these are the scary ones when you see farm dogs. So this was like a red heeler and a German shepherd. And because it was so foggy, I come across them like 30 meters before like they saw me. And then they started barking and I just did like a complete U-turn, just fainted in the other direction. And they come at me for a while. And I'm looking at the side of the road. I'm like, where's a stick? Am I going to have to belt these dogs? Like, I'm yelling at them as I'm running. It's a shit feeling because you're out there. Yeah. Like, there's only one thing that farm dogs are scared of, and that's the farmers, their owners. So, like, these things are there to protect their house. And
it's a funny visual, but I hate people that can't control their dogs as well.
I know. And I'm just like, I just wanted to do this. Like, I felt like I was already dipping into like when you like got to rely on your resilience a bit. I'm like, it's shitty weather. I've got to do 2.5 hours like solo. This is like 34K. Like this is going to be hard enough as it is without getting chased by a dog twice. So I was in a shitty mood, but I was glad it was done. But it knocked me around a bit. And then Sunday I just did 10K after Auskick, 437s, 150 for the week. Iron infusion today, boys.
Got the good
Asked
stuff.
the doc. I said, hey, is this going to kick in by Sunday? He said, nah, it takes a bit longer than that to see the full effects.
Well, over and under, if you've got me for 30-40, then I've got you for 30-30 at least. 30-25.
I ran a 7K race the other week at 3:08s, so I doubt that.
See, I would have probably had you, I would have me more at 31 again and you at 30-40.
I think you've got me covered, Croaks. Can't see.
You guys are going to be close. This will be
close.
really
We're
entertaining.
going to be in the same ballpark, I think.
I got Croaks over you, Brady.
Yeah. I haven't done anything. Like, I've just been half-assed and trained a lot too. I've run some good mileage, but I don't. Yeah, I've just been.
Here's my odds though: 2-1. Croaks finds an excuse, doesn't race, and then I've got 4-1. Croaks pulls away with about 3K to go. Brady can't match it, and then what is it? About 8-1. Brady does him in the last 200. Just covers that move, but just dusts him in that last 200. Just a pure thinking about the next 10 years on the podcast.
Well, it's more him just finally having a win.
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
He's had a rough trot on this podcast.
Head-to-heads have not been kind to me.
He's only won the races that no one cares about.
If I dump Brady with 3K to go, he's not having a good day because I certainly wouldn't be looking to start my run for home at 3K. That's too far out.
Yeah, but if you're going at 31 dead pace and that's just too hot for me and I come in at 31.25, it wouldn't surprise me if I ran 31.25.
I'm just hoping Albert Park puts on one of those vortex days where you think you're running 31 minutes, but you are running 30-30.
Yeah, we're going to get like 40K an hour headwind. Now you've said that. It's been perfect for every other race they've had there lately, but we'll get the bad one. We've got another great little giveaway for our community. Better Beer, the official beer and cider partner of the Nike Melbourne Marathon, is giving away 2 entries to any distance at this year's event. If you want it, it's easy. Head to the latest competition post on the Inside Running Podcast Instagram page. Follow both Inside Running Podcast and Better Beer. Like the post and tag in your running mate. That's it. 2 winners, 2 race entries, and your chance to be on the start line of the Nike Melbourne Marathon. Entries close 11:59 p.m. on Wednesday, the 29th of July. So jump onto Instagram, find the post, and get involved. Good luck. Let's thank some Patreon supporters. Croaks, who you got?
I've got Daniel Marsh. Daniel lives in Engadine in Sydney. It's down in the Shire. Tommy DeCano's territory. Strava bio says he's just a battler trying to find 12 hours a week to train.
Good for Daniel.
And that his goal is sub 135 for the half and 335 for the marathon. His profile pic is of him and Kipchoge together at last year's Sydney Marathon. His best 5 and 10K times came during the 2024 Sutherland to Surf 11K, which he ran in 47.28.
Downhill.
I might actually have to. It is downhill. I might have to jump on that and see if he ran it yesterday and ran that quicker.
He did run it yesterday, Croaks. So I've been coaching Daniel for the last couple of months. Real good mates with Tommy DeCano.
Did he run faster than 47.28?
Oh, let me tell you. Because
while you find that, so he also ran 138 at this year's Gold Coast half.
Yeah,
and
big PB at Gold Coast.
At the 2024 Sydney Marathon. And as Brady's put here, real good mates with Tommy.
He was doing this as a bit of a workout. He ran 48.44 yesterday. How'd that stack up with the previous time?
Slower.
Right? Yeah. So here we go. So Brady now justifying his coaching. It was just a workout.
I can tell you it was just a workout. I did Gold Coast a couple of weeks ago, ran a massive PB. And this one, we were talking about with Daniel, like A and B races, like how you can mentally get up for him because he's got Sydney coming up. So it was like, yeah, we can do Gold Coast and then we'll build for Sydney, but we can't then taper and recover from like a hard 11K. But it was, I think he did a massive cool down as well. Like we wanted to get as many Ks in his end up doing 12K afterwards. Like how mentally athletes can get themselves up for, a big race like Gold Coast. But you can't go doing that every fortnight.
Massive cooldowns are so risky, Brady. Like after a 11K race, I just don't like. I'm not sure about that.
Well, you got to protect the long run, Bruce. It's a goal.
Yeah,
You've heard Adam Diddick say that, haven't you?
Not yet. But the bloke has just run 11K downhill race, and then you're sending him off after he just did all that damage to himself. Like, that's a recovery period, not a fucking go and run an hour. Keep smashing yourself up. I don't know about that.
The original plan was 8K warm up, 11K race, 5K cool down. But I think there were some logistical errors, and to get the Ks in, he ended up doing it that way.
Oh, he made his own decision here.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Daniel.
So I did not program 12K jog home.
Do you know what a red flag is for him, though? Being friends with Tom DeCanter. That bloke trains so dumb. Like, imagine if he trained smart, Tommy. He would be a fucking 206 guy. You don't want to be taking advice from Tommy DeCanter on things to do, especially on Sundays.
Sounds like Daniel's quads were bashed after that race. 40 minutes on the bike today to get the quads back to normal.
Oh, you've cooked him, Frother.
No, that's what we wanted. That was planned. I had 40 minutes elliptical, 40 minutes on the bike. Then a rest day tomorrow. Trust me, he's in good hands. Let's just check back in after Sydney. Had another PB next to his name.
I have Thomas O'Hagan from Melbourne. He ran 85 minutes at the 2024 Noosa Half Marathon. Has done quite a few triathlons, including 2020 Geelong 70.3, which he completed in 4 hours 52. Oh, he would have got that in like a month before COVID shut down everything. That's in like February normally, I think. Yeah, that's a good one to get in. Pretty sure he's a civil engineer at Multipro Civil and studied at the Munster Technological University in Ireland and Edinburgh Napier University in Scotland. But he lives over here now.
Yep.
Is that his nationality?
Well, I'm guessing so. I'm guessing if he studied over there, he's probably Irish.
Irish? You said he studied in Scotland too.
Yeah. I think his first lot of study was in Ireland.
What are we going for here?
I'll go with Ireland.
O'Hagan. Is that Irish or Scottish?
I've got a feeling that's Scottish. I'm going Scottish. Zero
let us know,
knowledge
Thomas.
of this. Please, Thomas. We need to know this. I want to thank M Massey. Have we not thanked M Massey before, Croaks?
No, I don't think so.
One of the stars of Road to Chicago back in 2023. Was that 2023? 24. Go back, Patreon supporters, if you want to listen to that series. Melbourne ran 19 flat at the 2023 Box Hill Burn, 40.27 at the 2023 Surf Coast Track Club 10K in Geelong. On the track there, 25 laps, Moose. You've had some battles there. 86.54 at the 2024 Ballarat Half Marathon and 3:09 at that Chicago Marathon we we're just talking about. Listen to this for a title, Brand Manager at Nike. What does that mean, Moose? Previously at Lululemon. Very good operator.
You coach her as well, Brady?
Yep, how about him as well? I don't coach many people, and somehow you've found two of them for the Patreon shout-outs this week.
Wow. How many do you coach?
Not many. You
coach more than Croaks, you reckon?
Nowhere near it. Hasn't he coached 50 people? Didn't you say 1 week 50, Croaks?
Yeah, 50.
50 is insane.
Man.
But I don't do anything else. That's my job.
I have to do all the other stuff behind the scenes. You know what I've been doing? Chasing up invoices, Moose.
Oh.
Chasing up a couple of your old mates on the invoices, sending them personal. I'm going through their Stravas. I'm going to start a segment, name and shaming people that don't pay invoices.
I was going to call out some people, and I've got a few that owe us like thousands of dollars as well. I don't forget names either. So when you bring that segment up, just CC me in because I'm there for it.
Yeah. Like I'm like talking, and like you're just ripping off like a small business.
Fucking tell me about it.
Running coaching business ain't making a lot of money, and it's like you can't pay $100 invoice, but then you got a picture of your Strava of the brand new bloody Alpha Flies or whatever. I'm like, geez. And the coaches over deliver, I think. Anyway, on my high horse there. Hey, I was talking to Em today and we were talking about this topic, and I'm going to give it to you now and give you a week to think about it because it's going to be my topic of the week next week. We can have we need to give it some time for a decent discussion. Are running marathons becoming normalized for the wrong reasons? Have a think about it. Like, do too many people want to run marathons and making it normal when it's actually a really, really hard event, but it looks good on social media? We'll go into it next week. Thinking time, boys.
What do you want me to? Do you want us to say something?
I just want you to think.
Would you want that to be next week's listener question?
Yeah, put it in there, can you? That's a good spot to put it.
All right.
Doing your work again here, Croaks.
I've got a heap of questions after today's post.
Thanks to all our Patreon supporters, patreon.com/Inside Running Podcast. If you like to support the show, it starts at $5 to support the show. So if you think this show and all the content we put out brings you $5 worth of value, would be really appreciative to support us on Patreon. Different levels there as well for bonus content. Road to Somewhere comes out every 2 weeks. Ali Pashley, Nick Earl, and Leanne Pompiani. You also get the UK monthly once a month. That dropped today. You get a mailbag episode where Croaks and I answer as many listener questions as we can in pretty much 90 minutes. You get Shoe Geeks, big guest coming out on Shoe Geeks as well is next month's episode. I was talking to Nitta yesterday actually about the South Australian cross country results. Croaks, you got them coming up?
Yeah, I'll put them in there.
Good work.
I didn't want Nitta to get.
Did you really?
I didn't want Nitta to get angry at me.
We were talking more about culture and stuff.
But also have put in how many people were in the races, and it's
they were up.
Not great.
No, that was up on previous years. He said
5 in the women's race.
Anyway, you get all the episodes early as well, and most of the time ad free. Running news this week brought to you by Precision Fuel and Hydration. Kick us off with the world record chat, Croaks, the London Diamond League.
Yeah, so it's been what? When did he mention he was doing this? Was it like March or something?
March. Called his shot early.
Was it Project 422? Is that what it was?
233, wasn't it? Oh.
222.
No, 222. That's how many seconds.
It's not that hard to remember, boys.
It's still going over my head.
Anyway, so yeah, he basically slots in behind one of his training partners and another guy rattling off, 55-second laps. Pacers pull out with about 600 to go, and there's him, a gap to Nagoose, and then when they go through the bell, there's like Robert Farkin sort of got on the back of them. So by this stage, like Nagoose is still there or thereabouts. Like, you wouldn't say the race is done. But just down the back straight and into the home straight, like absolutely just destroyed them. Ran 3:42.66 to take just under half a second off Hicham El Gerrouj's world record. Nagoose was second, 3:45.69. And Jake Haywood came home for third in 3:46.73, which is a pretty good story there because I think he's been like injured for like the last 4 years or something like that. So
yeah, they were talking about him on the monthly today too. Double Achilles surgeries. Dan Nash started coaching him though.
Really?
Well, mentoring. Yeah, they were getting into him about that too.
Since when? How
long? Just recently. He's only been back running since like Feb.
Is this like me mentoring Cam?
No. More like he calls Dan and like asks him about stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. You don't call. Cam never calls you?
No, that's Croaks calling Cam.
You mentor him in life though more than training, I'd say, Croaks.
So yeah, what did you think about this, Brady? Looked, well, actually, the thing that stood out for me, I know that it's a bit of a taboo topic, but I couldn't get over how lean he looked when he crossed the finish line and he sort of zipped down his top. You could just see all of his ribs there, and for as long as I've known Josh Kerr, he's always been the bigger, sort of stockier runner. Like that was a big difference in appearance for me.
Yeah, and you don't see him that often either. Like he's called this shot ages ago and then he doesn't race that often, which I kind of love it. Ballsy, call the shot, go out there, go back behind closed doors, get the training done. And even like they announced at the press conference the day before how he did some crazy like 1,200 metre time trial. But like they could have went with that a couple of weeks ago to try to build some more hype, but they were quiet about it. But yeah, like being aware that, I don't know, we don't want to speak too much about body image stuff, but he looked like there was not 1 gram of fat that the whole thing looked as professional as it could be, from his bodysuit to his spikes to the paces to how well his beard was trimmed, his hair was parted, his muscles, like it looked robotic the way he did it. He never looked tired. He looked amazing the last 50 meters as he did the first 50 meters. I was telling you guys off air, I woke up not feeling great and then turned the TV on at 1 a.m. and I could not believe it. I'm like, because before in the days leading in, I was like, this is just a bit of that Faith Kipyegon stuff from last year where and they've done a brilliant job, both of those campaigns, to build the hype, but I didn't really expect that he was going to do it the way he did it too, like just dominated it. It's probably the most impressive track performance I've seen in my time in athletics, because I kind of missed Hicham El Gerrouj. Maybe you could say Rhodesia at London Olympics. Like there's not too many you'd put in this. There's probably more, but there's not too many you'd put in the same category as this.
I think I would probably put Rhodesia's run like slightly higher in that he did that in an Olympic final, like which, you know, like, yes, it's a world record, but there's not as much on the line on this race versus Rhodesia's Olympic win.
With Josh Kerr, though, this isn't someone as good as Rhodesia, or it's not someone as good as Faith or Allied that are going for these records. Like, this is Josh Kerr who would rock up to a Diamond League and can come 5th. He's not the standout in the event. And so when he put this out and said, I'm going for the world record, I'm like, whoa, that's pretty. It's a pretty ambitious thing to say, considering you've never really come close, to be honest. Like, you haven't really shown signs that that's going to be you that can go and break the world record here, especially when you're in this age with Jakob, with Nagus, with all the other, like, you're just not the
sorry
GOAT.
to interrupt, but even like last week, it was like, you're not even the best runner in the world at the moment. Like, you're lucky Cam doesn't want to be there.
Yeah.
Like, there was a bit of that kind of vibe about it. Like, well, Cam could probably rock up and run quicker than whatever you ran. And then he did that, and I was like, is he coming to Com Games? I'm like, Cam's screwed.
Yeah.
But also, it wasn't that long ago that that Ollie Hoare and Josh Kerr had like a rivalry, like, you know, college and stuff like that. And even out of college, they were sort of going back and forth. And you look at the way their two careers have gone.
Yeah, and I've liked Josh Kerr, how he makes the sport fun to watch, and how he doesn't mind sticking it to the other runners and creating this character that's polarizing, and he's not everyone's mate on the tour. Like, I actually really love that. But ever since Cam's joined that equation, now I'm so far on Team Cam that I'm starting to really get off everyone else on the tour in his event. So now, like, I'm that one-eyed Cam supporter, so I'm like, fucking Josh Kerr's making this call. He's no chance. And I thought it was, like, I watched it, and then I went back and watched that 1200 time trial, and I'm like, this guy is incredible. Like, he is an absolute specimen right now. Like you said, he looks like a Tour de France grand, like the classification or whatever you call it. Like, he looks like one of those riders who's just shown up to the tour. And he was so inspired during that race. You could tell no one else was like, could do it. But also, like, when he hit about like a lap to go, he was just so locked in. Like, just amazing focus. And then the mechanics of him, like you said, robotic. I was looking robotic. I'm like, that is beautiful what we're watching.
It's just like, if you could put code into designing it, that's what it would look like. That's what I meant. Like, robotic is in, like, there was nothing you could look at and be like, oh, look at that, you know, it's fading a bit there, or that arm's a bit higher than that one. It just looked the most professional, even though, like, and then his emotion crossing the line, like, almost rips half the bodysuit off, like, goes over to the crowd, and it was just like, why did anyone even doubt me? And I'm sitting there going, that was me. I was doubting you 24 hours earlier.
Yeah.
It was.
Sorry, Brady.
I'm done.
We should also add that, like, he went through 1500 in a PB of 3:27.62, which ranks him 7th all time.
That's only 0.4 of a second quicker than what Cam ran.
Yeah, it is.
Isn't it?
But then he also went on and ran another 109 meters.
Okay, yeah. Our boy's in the ballpark, though.
Yeah, and obviously you never know what was going to happen. Like, it would have been so interesting to see what would have happened had Cam been in that race. Like, I'm not going to sit here and say Cam beats him because I didn't think Josh was going to be 3-4 seconds faster than Cam at the moment. But
Now,
I think no one's beaten him. The way you watch that again, no one's beating Josh Kerr in that event, in that race.
So do we know, is he entered in the mile at the Com Games?
yeah, not sure. That's this week, though, isn't it? Don't they start?
So the athletics stuff doesn't start till next week for us. Like, there's nothing of note until the early hours of Tuesday morning, I think, next week for us.
Here's a question for you and your mentorship around Cam Croaks. Now that we know the result from Josh Kerr, was it a mistake that Cam didn't race it?
No, I don't think so. If Com Games is, the pinnacle for him this season, and he thinks that he's raced enough and he needs to go back and put in a little bit more work as opposed to just continuing to race, then I think it's the right call. Cam's got plenty of opportunities to run quick.
Hypothetical, though, like Com Games is over, Cam wins the gold medal, amazing performance. Which one would you want to end the season with, Com Games gold or the world record over the mile? Say that did that on the weekend instead and outkicked.
Depends who he beats in the Commonwealth Games mile.
But you've also planned a season here, so they're so professional that this Com Games is part of a plan, and the whole race leading up is part of a plan. If you go and throw in something else just out of the blue, and then you let's say he comes third and bombs at the mile record, and then all of a sudden he's fatigued and he's cooked and his hammy starts hurting, and then he bombs at Com Games. He's fucked both because of this, not greed, but this always wanting to be part of everything. I think it showed a lot of discipline actually not to do it. It would have been easier for him to jump in this race than to say no to it.
Yeah, he's in Team Scotland for 2026 Commonwealth Games in Glasgow.
That's going to be good.
I reckon Cam beats him still. I reckon he was so emotionally invested in this mile record that I reckon that's his grand final. He's on the cans now. Com Games is off season. Com Games is it's like international rules for the footy players. It's like
no, it's not. It's his home Com Games.
Nah,
This is Craig Mottram at Melbourne 2006. This is his grand final.
It isn't though. It isn't like that anymore.
Ooh.
But the Com Games is not like that. That was 20 years ago.
Everyone likes flexing in front of the home crowd. He's got to beat Whiteman.
Was he doing the 8? Oh, he's on the mile as well, isn't he?
I think so.
Yeah. That's where we'll have the same chat as we had last Com Games about some of the events will be probably a bit weak, and then there'll be other events where it's that was a legit field, that was a really good medal.
Boys, Kenya doesn't have a single athlete in the women's 1500.
I saw Tabi's thing. There was one.
Oh, they put one in?
There was one on Tabi's list, which made me I'm just this is not a great start for the credibility of the Commonwealth Games.
Commonwealth Games are done. This would be the last one.
They didn't have one in last week. That's a late add. They've added that to the team, I think. Yeah,
okay, yeah. Because I saw the list that Tabi had the women's mile and he had the men's 100, I think it was. And there was one Kenyan who I think's run 4:02.
Yeah.
Here's one for you, Croaks. Should Cam start a beef with Josh Kerr?
No.
Just stay away from that?
Yeah.
Just a little, can't wait to race him.
Let his legs do the talking.
Okay. See, Elon Musk was tweeting about it today. He shared the video saying how amazing it was. Josh Kerr.
You'd be a big Elon fan.
It comes up in my he sends those tweets out, doesn't he? So everyone can see it. I don't follow him, I don't think, but that For You section, it's just pretty much Elon promoting his own tweets.
What about Brooks? Brooks have come out of I'm not sure where you would say they've been because they're actually a very successful running company, but they're just never associated with performance ever. And so you're seeing now the fastest man in history over the mile. On the weekend, we also saw the women's 800 runner. The men's 800 was won by a Brooks athlete. And then they had like a banner in the crowd, and so all of a sudden Brooks like announces itself as this performance company, although the shoe that they made's not going to be really available. Basically, like they've pretty much said, maybe it goes out, maybe it doesn't. So I thought that was pretty cool from Brooks. It's a pretty special moment. You could see people in the crowd who'd obviously worked on the project all like crying, and like to tell you a little story about the Brooks performance section of like, it was 2019. I went to Nike, looked at the performance like headquarters over there, all the labs and the innovation buildings and what goes into that. And we spent a few days there. Then we went up to Seattle to Brooks, and you walk in their building, and then we went to the innovation there, and it was literally like a dude sitting at his desk with a couple of Nike shoes on the desk. And we did this little tour, and you walk around, there's like 3 desks, and then you're back out again. I'm like, Nike have an entire, like probably hundreds of millions of dollar building. They have like one little half floor. And you think, okay, now I know why we're not getting super shoes from Brooks back then. So for them to hold the world record, that is a massive deal in that company's history.
Does it say a bit about the model as well of like going big, like not having a lot of athletes, but you've got the big one, like how brands spend their money?
Yeah.
I
don't
guess
know.
He wasn't,
yeah.
but he hasn't up until now. Like he hasn't been like you wouldn't say he's the big one in the world when it comes to miling.
He's delivered at both Olympics.
Yeah, but he's been Brooks for quite a while before he was probably doing.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
got a lot of investment in him, and he's kind of he performs on the big stage. I think I said I was writing it off, but he is also good at backing up some of the stuff he talks about.
I love as well, like, you know, you think about the World Champs final last year and he's limping around after he does his calf.
Yeah.
You know, it's
finished off the race, yeah.
Yeah, pretty good comeback. Women's 3,000, Australia, first and second. So this was quite an entertaining race to watch. So just after a kilometre, Megan Keith felt like the pace was sort of lagging a little bit. So she opened up like a decent gap on the rest of the field. And then just before 2 kilometres, Rose left the pack and caught Megan Keith at about the 2K mark. The rest of the pack then caught those two with 700 to go. Jess Hull, that is, made her move with 200 to go. Rose followed her, but between sort of 200 to go and 100 to go, Jess had opened up enough gap that Rose just couldn't close it down, but she held it, which I thought was like really impressive. So Jess got the win there, 8:24.69, only 0.3 off her PB. Rose ran 8:25.38, which was a 4-second PB, and Sarah Healy was third, coming home pretty fast, 8:25.63. We also had Linden Hall sixth, 8:27. I think she usually got boxed in with 400 to go and really couldn't get out until the home straight. Georgia Griffith 7th, 8:27.94, and Lauren Ryan was 19th in 8:41. So good signs for those Aussie girls going into Com Games.
Did I see this is the first time Jess Hull has won a Diamond League?
Yeah, I read that as well.
But she's won like the 2K at a Diamond League before, but it wasn't a Diamond League event.
A bit like Cam, I suppose,
She looked so happy crossing the line, didn't she?
Yeah, like it was a real dominant display and
strong last 150.
Yeah. And had the pace been on, because they were actually like the lights and the pacing was all set up to break Sonia O'Sullivan's meet record, which was like 8:21, I think it was, 8:22. And had the pace not maybe lagged as much, like Jess probably breaks the national record. Like wasn't far off. So good sign. And then we had, a couple 800. So in the women's 800, Keely Hodgkinson beat Femke Bol, basically had a gap down the back straight, and it pretty much stayed the same. 156.21 to Bol's 156.46, and Daguma was third, 156.92. Sarah Billings was fourth, 158.16. I love the way that she runs these things. She's pretty much like just last at the bell, and then between 400 to go and like 200 to go just starts to mow people down, and he's still really strong in the straight as well. So not a super quick race there, but anything to add? We'll move on to the men's.
Nah, yeah, men's.
Yeah.
Women's 800 though. You get Femke Bol, Audrey Wero, and
Hodgkinson
all in the one race. That's what we need.
Hunter Bell as well.
Yeah, she withdrew though, didn't she? Wasn't she meant to be?
She was sick.
She had that shocker at Prefontaine as well.
Yeah.
Put a watch on that. Could be something going on there.
So I think Hodgkinson was hoping to run a bit quicker, like 156, not crazy quick in sort of today's standard. In the men's 800, Wanyonyi was like really aggressive again. So he was sort of winning up until 100 to go. But Brandon Miller, the Brooks athlete that Moose was just talking about, he at the top of the home straight, like he just exploded, ran 142.19, which is like close to a second PB. Mark English closed quickly to finish second, 142.97. Wanyonyi sort of went backwards in the last 100. I reckon he finished like fifth maybe. Max Bergen was third, 143.30. Pete Bol was in that race. He was sixth in 143.60, which was a season's best. He was really strong from the bell all the way to 700 to go. He was actually on the back of there was three guys there was like a pack of three with 200 to go, and he was on the back of them at that point. He just didn't have that sort of closing speed in the last 100 to sort of hold it together. And that's the Diamond League. There's a bit of a break now, nothing till mid to late August, I think, Diamond Leagues.
No one recaps them better, Moose, than Croaks.
Yeah.
No one recaps them. I love you tell me when the move happens around the bend and all those kind of things. That's his baby, the Diamond Leagues. I'll take you to Hungary. There was Athletics Grand Prix over there. Abbey Caldwell and Claudia Hollingsworth and Georgia Griffith were all in the 1500. Abbey won it. I think it was a meet record too, wasn't it, Croaks? 401.79. She beat Claudia Hollingsworth in 402.09, and Georgia Griffith was 6 in 404. Actually, that meet record might have been the one that Hollingsworth won. Yeah, that was the Italian one last week.
Before,
yeah. Sorry, got those. A lot of these races this was Tuesday night, wasn't it?
Yeah, I guess that's the European track season.
Yeah, so Georgia's raced on the Tuesday night in Hungary and then on the Saturday night in London. Mm-hmm. So a big week for her. In the 3K, this is what we're interested in because we had Jackson Sharp, Stewie and Seth entered, but Jackson Sharp was the only one who ended up racing. Had a great run, finished third, 7:33.59, which puts him number 6 all-time Australian, slots in between Craig Mottram and Collis Birmingham. So in very good company there. The race was won by Matthew Kipsang in 7:31.9. DNS, so no Seth, no Stewie. No information about why that's the case either. I haven't heard anything. Have you two?
No, and I'm just assuming that they were entered because of I think like Stats or one of those pages on Instagram I saw they were down to run. So, but I don't know why.
Is that the second DNS for both of those guys?
That was Stewie raced the week before and had the shocker, ran that 3:45, 1500.
True. Yeah.
So this one, that makes sense for Stewie.
Seth ran a 3:37, 1500.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, remember Croaks didn't want it in the show notes because it was too slow.
Oh.
We had to recap that at the very end. Did you see the Channel 7 feature on Seth?
Oh, I saw something pop up. I didn't actually watch the full thing, but saw him
playing drums on the track.
Yeah, I saw the drums on the track. Yeah.
One of the grade 6 teachers came into our office. She's in a different part of the school, and she came in on Thursday afternoon. She goes, I just showed my class this thing off Channel 7 News. It's about this drummer. He's got a massive mullet. He's going to the Commonwealth Games. And I'm like, Seth? She's like, yeah, that's his name, Seth O'Donnell. I'm like, oh, mate, when the Commonwealth Games are over, we're zooming Seth in. He can talk to all the kids. I'm like, me and Seth are like this. I'm like, and then I showed my class, and they're like, geez, Mr. Trovel, look at his mullet. I'm like, I did ask him. How aerodynamic is this? So Seth's made it at Echuca Primary School. They all know who he is.
He's got that brand. He's got that brand identity. That's like he has made it in that regard.
He has. He's going to look good. Hopefully, all is good there. Your bit of news, Moose, is Run Melbourne.
Yeah, Run Melbourne. Run Melbourne, sponsored by ASICS. I think they might have encouraged their athletes to get along to this one because there were a lot of ASICS athletes there. So in the half marathon, Lachlan Hall from South Australia came across, ran 67.05 to beat Riley Cox, also from South Australia, 67.22, and Shunta Nakamura was 67.27. In the ladies, Izzy Bat Doyle coming off her 67, obviously done a bit of a tempo here to run 72.39 for first. Georgina Torrey, 74.23, and Madeline Cooper Brennan ran 80 minutes 19 for third place. 10K, couple of ASICS athletes winning this one. James Hansen, 29.30, beat Harry Norman, 30.18, and Ben Hailwood, 30.52. That's pretty good going for Run Melbourne. You can normally win that pretty quick, I reckon. I mean, like that's not normally the deepest field. These have all been pretty strong results. Caitlin Scott ran 32.48 to beat Amy Robinson, 34.13, and Ji Kwong Lu was 38.35. So, yeah, I reckon there's a lot of ASICS athletes scattered through there.
It's all certified now too.
Is it?
Yeah.
Reese was there in 5th. He had the ASICS kit on.
5th, was he? He ran pretty good off what he claims was not much training.
Yeah, 67.30 or something, wasn't it?
Or was he 4th?
Oh, he might have been 4th. Anyway, he was there. It's good to see
there.
him back. He wants to beat Kipchoge at Melbourne. He's trying to get fit for that.
Yeah. That's his goal, is it?
That's what I heard as an early whisper for you. Reese on the comeback trail with the main goal to beat Kipchoge at Melbourne Marathon.
He's got some work to do. Kipchoge still can run low two teens.
Yeah, Kipchoge gets a pacing right. He's going to run 2:12 or quicker.
Yeah. There was also the South Australian cross-country champs, which, get this, boys, guess when it was held over the weekend? What part of the weekend?
Saturday?
Sunday afternoon. Oh, could you imagine a more grim time to do a cross-country race than Sunday afternoon? That, like, no wonder they only got 40 people or whatever. Half the South Australians were in Melbourne run Melbourne anyway. But we did see some pretty good running up front. So you got to give them this though. Like their top 3 was probably going to be a top 10 at Bandura, I reckon. In the men's anyway. In first, Matt Clark ran 31.17. He beat Casey Atkinson 31.46 and Aaron Nishke 31.56. There was only 13 in the race, which is a bit grim. But I think they like break out like their masters and all that into different races. Or
they're different. They're different distances though. So the opens are the only ones that run 10K. So Nidda, because he's over 35, was 8K.
That is ridiculous.
So they're not even in the same race because it's a different distance.
Could you imagine telling Sinead Diver, "Oh, you're actually not in this race anymore because you're in this division, so you can't run as far as everyone else." That is insane stuff over there. I know Nidda, he'll have a bit to say about this because he organised this race. But that, like, if you want to build numbers, don't break them out into different divisions and distances. Like, that's just diluting the whole, like, the entire field. In the ladies, Kate Holland-Smith ran 35.38, beat Ella Donnelly 38.06, and Sophia Hayward ran 40.35. Only 5 in this race. So, yeah, this like this. We say it all the time, don't we? Talk about cross country kind of dying in the non-Victorian states. We need, you know what we should do? There should be a national cross country should be like Victoria versus the All Stars.
Yeah.
You know, instead of Victoria, South Australia, and all that, it's like everyone else can just make up a cross country team and race against Victoria.
Well,
That's what
AC, yeah.
Sorry, Crooks. You go.
ACT had their cross country champs on Saturday as well. They combined the men and the women for the 10K. There were 6 in total. So there was 1 female and 5 men.
What on earth? This is a good culture there too. They're a strong cross-country culture.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking about.
Luke Simpson got the win there, 33-12.
This weekend, I was thinking, Moose, that we go the inside running All-Stars versus Croaks. So it's me, you, Zaka, Nick and Johnny Earl, Nida. No, not Nida. Hopper. He's related to the show.
Hopper Croaks.
So 9 guys versus 1.
Well, so you booted me out of the inside running team.
Yeah, Croaks, you're too good for the All-Stars. You're your own show.
I don't know about that.
You're elevated over the All-Stars. The All-Stars are just a group of 9 hacks just want to have a swing at you.
Well, I'm 1-0 against Hopper this year.
Yeah.
So I think I've got 40 seconds up my sleeve. So as long as I'm within 40 seconds, I finish the 2 races ahead of him on time.
No, there's none of that, mate.
It's all head-to-head stuff.
It's 1-1 there.
Nick and Johnny Earl, I reckon you can have covered.
I tell you what, I don't reckon I've ever beaten Nick Earl.
Yeah.
Like,
hard to beat.
He beat me the same race that Moose beat me at Vic 5K champs. He beat me at Gold Coast Marathon when I paced and finished the job. So, and then also when we ran the half Brady 2016 at Gold Coast, he beat me there too.
Ran like 64 that day, didn't he? 63 even?
2016, it was more like 66 or something.
Nick's a good runner. He's pretty hungry to come over as well. I think it's meant to snow down there this week as well in Tassie. So
he ain't in that sort of shape though. Like, he's well out of shape. That he's a different runner than what he used to be.
Yeah.
Way different.
He's still got a bit of mongrel in him though.
Yeah, there's only so much mongrel can do. Like when you're like 400 meters away from someone coming into the track.
Well, I don't think none of us are the runners we used to be. Like,
no, I know.
You're better than you used to be, Croaks.
Yeah, exactly. I don't
You're
remember
actually
you ever
better
being
than
this
you were
good.
at 36. We'll take us to the last bit of news. Sutherland
to Surf. So it's a pretty iconic race in Sydney. It was always like a prelude to the City to Surf, and Luke Hintz absolutely destroyed the field here. This guy's going to run something real quick over the next couple of years. He won in 31:33. This is an 11K race. Beat Tommy DeCano, who ran 32:55. So took $750 off Tommy there, I think. Difference between first and second. Jack Miller third, 33:21. In the women's, Eloise Wellings, 37:04, beat Rosie Weber, 38:04. And Brianna Golub was third in 38:24.
That was the news brought to you by Precision Fuel and Hydration. Chances are you're gearing up for a race yourself, but how dialed in is your race day nutrition? Precision Fuel and Hydration makes it simple with their free online planner on their website. Visit precisionhydration.com and get your numbers today. Whispers was listening to Elise Beacom's podcast today on the way back from Melbourne. Had about 7 hours in the car today, so got through some podcasts. Ed Mark's sponsorship announcement coming soon, Crooks. Your boy.
Yeah, I know that he's
couple brands sniffing around. Hasn't made the decision yet.
He's got a manager now.
Yeah, Ella Wardlaw.
Yeah.
She's picking up a lot of clients, isn't she?
She is.
He also said in that interview he's doing Sydney Harbour 10K this weekend and not Albert Park.
Oh, disappointing. Would have been good to see him in action.
Cash money, though.
Dodging me.
Cash money up at maybe he knows you're coming down for it. Here's that creep from the podcast who always interviews me.
Hold on. Who sponsors Sydney Harbour 10? What's the main sponsor there?
Real Insurance, isn't it?
Real Insurance, yeah.
Well, who's the running brand up there that they want to get their main man at?
Yeah, wouldn't it just have a way better prize money? And if he's got a manager now, they're the kind of things they're looking at.
Yeah, no idea.
Let me have a look while you're talking.
That'll be fun to watch.
Oh, like the AI has said it does not offer individual cash prize money for elite podium finishes. team trophies instead.
What at the Sydney Harbour 10?
That's just what there's like AI overview at the top.
There'll be there'll be
2026. We're introducing team prizes.
Oh,
No.
no.
Why would he be there then if it's not for a sponsor?
Well, I'm just reading this for the first time now. I assumed that's exactly the reason he was going to be there.
Well, now I'm telling you that this is a big announcement play up there, maybe.
Yeah, it's still Real Insurance.
Okay.
This is Pont 3, though, who also put on Sydney Marathon. Yeah, forget just first, second, and third. This year, we're rewarding the whole pack. Clubs, crews, and communities can compete for a stack of new trophies and bragging rights across the city, because in Sydney, it's not just about running fast, it's about proving who's best. In 2026, we are introducing 5 new team prizes for run clubs, groups, communities, and teams that register together. There's going to be an upcoming award, a multi-gen award, top turnout award.
I still reckon there'll be overall
award.
prize money, like or he's getting good appearance money.
Yeah,
He's not going up there for nothing.
Yeah, traditionally it's got good prize money, hasn't it?
Yeah.
ASICS are the apparel sponsor, shoe sponsor. Anyway,
ASICS are the shoe sponsor. You know what we just saw at Run Melbourne?
ASICS winning everything.
Every ASICS athlete down there.
It's in their contract, isn't it? If they win ASICS races.
Well, I reckon there's just like, please get yourself to this. Oh, well, like, get yourself to this race. We want a good showing.
I think there's some financial incentive.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. This
You
is
reckon Izzy Bat Doyle of Woodway is just rocking up saying, please, we just want some ASICS representation.
You got to give it to ASICS though. Like 5-6 years ago, they almost didn't care about the elite running side of things. I remember their first super shoe that they sent us was terrible. Now,
different departments, Crooks.
But now, if you go to most of the major races around and look at what people are wearing, ASICS would have the majority.
Yeah, but and their marketing, like they're having so much success with, like, look at Gold Coast. Have to, Caitlin Adams. Someone else was up there, weren't they, in an ASICS kit, running really well?
A lot of them are, but they like ASICS is signing.
10Kers.
They're signing a lot of people, so they're like they'll grab everyone coming. They're grabbing everyone coming through, and I don't know the specifics of the individual deals, so I can't really comment on it. Sometimes I just worry though, if there's so many athletes getting signed, I wonder if that's diluting the actual the contract strength.
The opposite of the Josh Kerr stuff we're talking about.
Yeah, and then I just think, oh well, maybe this is the currency for an athlete right now. Is like, oh, this athlete, this deal here is 10 pairs of shoes a year, and that's just what everyone like. That's just what we're worth. And so it's a tricky conversation because I actually don't know the specifics, but maybe like 10 people that are offered that deal go, no, that's not enough. Then all of a sudden the deals suddenly become 10 pairs of shoes and $5,000. And so the currency changes. I think there needs to be some sort of union within athletics where like there's like an athletic or a distance running union that comes in and be like, the minimum deal, if you're going to offer someone a sponsorship or an ambassador deal, is this. And that way, like, the whole industry doesn't get lowballed and the currency just gets like dropped and dropped and dropped. So like if this, let's just say you've got an athlete coming through, Croaks, the local Canberra 18-year-old who's just run 30 minutes at a local 10K and all of a sudden he goes, oh well, how do I deal with approaching sponsorship? Well, one brand called me. They said they're going to give me 10 shoes. How awesome is that? 10 shoes. Fuck, I'd do anything for 10 shoes and a T-shirt. But in reality, it's like he's actually worth way more than that. And so this union comes in and he goes, oh, I called the union. I'm signed with them. And so then the union like sets the standard and goes, oh, actually, no, your standard is that you're going to get $5,000 and 10 pairs of shoes. And so the brands can offer on top of that, but that's the base rate for you.
But it's also showing that they're making good stuff, because the athletes are not going to take those deals of even 10 pairs of shoes if the shoes are crap. Like, why would you?
I'm not saying ASICs are doing that, by the way. I got to be pretty clear here. And because I'm just saying that that's what can happen. And it's not just ASICs that I'm talking about. There's all sorts of brands, and there's all sorts of like even within the running industry, you see nutrition brands doing these things. You see apparel. You see these one-off like
gels do it sometimes.
Yeah, so everyone's doing it. This isn't a thing at ASICS by any means. It's just what can happen, I think, when you start seeing this like monopoly arrive. Yeah.
Here's one for you. The more people that wear an elite kit, does it get devalued? Because I come from an era where it was like you'd only ever see like top end elite athletes in the elite kit.
Well, I think it does. Like if
if there's 30 people in an elite kit over a weekend.
Yeah, and if you see somebody who you know that they're not running really elite times, but they're in like the elite kit, then you're like, okay, well,
yeah,
it does dilute it.
Sorry, I'm actually a fan of like rec runners or punters, like people that aren't elites being able to purchase the elite kit.
I think that's different.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about like, yeah.
The ones that are getting the gear for free.
Yeah, it's almost like it needs to be defined about, okay, yeah, it almost needs to be 2 elite kits.
I could imagine how special it would be back in the day to get that grey and orange Nike kit. I fucking love that kit so much. I would have done anything to wear that bloody grey and orange kit. And it was so special. Like you see it roll out. Or I would just, even when I went to Ballarat and you would see Collis rock up in his warm-up kit and you're like, oh, that's the proper shit right there.
The Nike one was always the legit one.
That is I haven't seen that before. That's amazing stuff.
And when the new season would roll around, even when they did like the one for London just on the weekend and Prefontaine, it's like, oh, I hold that in like the highest value I can. And then, so let's say like, I guess it's like elite kits, but like I refer to them as like professional kits. So like if I'm seeing a Sinead diver wearing the Nike elite kit, that's like, oh, that's the new season elite kit. Sinead's wearing it. She's like one of the top Nike runners. And then if I see someone who in my head I'm going, oh, you're probably just on free gear from Nike, wearing that same Nike kit, I'm like, you haven't done what Sinead's done in the sport. Like, I'd be almost pissed off if I'm Sinead. I'm like, no, that's the pro kit, not the ambassador kit. There almost needs to be 2 kits.
We're doing this is like the teenage Brady talking here. Because I kind of feel like you as well. Like that's a kit.
Oh, our generation, we grew up in.
Yeah, that's right.
This is real core lord kind of stuff right here.
Those kits were just, if you saw that kit, that is what you wanted. Like I would have, and there was like an Instagram page selling
you could buy it, yeah.
Oh, and you would pay so much for it.
You could go over to Kenya. I remember Aaron Polford was buying like elite kits over in Kenya and then selling them to all his mates in New Zealand and stuff.
Yeah.
I think it's just to show the times that we just lived in a different generation of what the elite or professional kit was.
Yeah. No, I'm with you though. Like they were special things to get, and they were only worn by the international athletes for the brand.
Yeah. Yeah, there would have been like 5 people wearing that Nike kit. And Mottram, Benita, Collis, Jeff Risley.
Michael Shelley had it.
Ryan Gregson.
Mona's
still got it.
Mona rocks up to Wednesdays in it.
What's he do with all the like past seasons ones?
I think it goes up in the roof. I think he's got like this bloody
attic.
Yeah.
I'd love for him to send through a photo of all of the different pro kits he has, and us to like choose our favorite. I think that'd be so good, and also bring back so many memories of the ones that from 90s, 2000s.
Well, they did it at one of the Diamond Leagues recently. They like redesigned like the Nike Pro kit from 1996 or whatever, and some guy raced in it.
Yeah, I saw that. That was sick.
I love that too. Different generation. Anyway, core lord or kook, moose on the loose.
Oh yeah, okay. So I've been absolutely peppered this week.
Yeah. A very successful debut of this segment.
And I've had a few. So like anytime I do something now, it basically gets called out as being pretty kooky. And that's fine. I'll cop it. I'm not averse to being a kook. First off the bat, bring your dog to a group run, core or kook.
I've never done it and would feel uncomfortable doing it.
Kook move to bring your dog to the group run.
I'd feel uncomfortable.
No, but like if we go, I don't know if I understand this segment enough, but wouldn't like the runners from 50 years ago have their dogs with them on their long run?
Nah, the boys,
Don't people do that or not?
The group is there to train. This ain't fucking dog walking.
Okay.
Same reason you ain't bringing your kids to the group run. You're not bringing your kid on the bike. Croak's going to bring in Lily saying, oh, this is Lily. She's going to tag along on the bike. And then every corner you're stopping. Oh, Lily's stopping to look at flowers, or Russell's bloody chasing that rabbit over there.
Well,
Okay, gotcha.
Any time I've been on a group run where dogs have come along, like it has been a pain in the ass. They do get in the way. They zigzag across the path in front of you. You're chopping your stride. Yeah,
Are these just moose on the loose topics now, though? Like things that have pissed you off?
I'm guilty of this, though. So this way I can sort of throw myself under the bus a little bit, because I still bring my dog when I have to get But anyway, that's one. When you finish a run, Chris and I did this the other day, Mount Ainslie car park, Croaks, did some drills and strides. Fucking core lord behaviour.
Yeah.
Doing drills and strides in the car park after your run.
Yeah, I agree. We're out the front of your house.
Doing them anywhere, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, this is auto K splits in a group. I've already done that. That's absolutely not on. I got one, though. Compression socks. Core or kook?
Was this because of the photo that Zach put up for our post last week?
If we're sticking to the look dorky thing, it's probably core.
There is no way, and that photo couldn't be anything but proper core lord, that photo. You'll never find a more core lord photo than that. So whatever I was wearing is core.
I ran a Zatopek in long socks.
Oh no, Croaks, not on the track.
Come on,
There was that Swedish guy, Croaks. Who was that Swedish guy?
Solinsky.
Nah, there was a Swedish guy or something
Paula
too.
Radcliffe, she was the one that made them popular.
No, Austrian. He was Austrian.
Austrian, yeah, that
Yeah.
guy.
He was Weidlinger or something. He was the dude who KO'd himself on the steeple pit.
Like glasses.
Yeah. He won that Great Australian Run.
Yeah, that's right. Did he have did he win Zatopek when he was here too?
I don't think so, no.
Croaks would have been in that race. I got one for you. What about core lord or kook buying merch from like a major marathon? So let's talk Boston Marathon. Do you buy the jacket? Second part, do you then wear the jacket like I rock up to Parkrun 2 weeks after Boston Marathon in the Boston Marathon jacket?
Yeah, that's kook.
Yeah.
That's
Rob.
kook.
So Rob Wilson always rocks up in his Valencia Marathon kit, and I'm always guys, Rob ran Valencia.
Now I'm happy to say though, this has a date on it. If you rock up with something, like if I rock up with the 2003 Melbourne Marathon and finisher tee, that's core lord, and that's cool. It's got to be dated. It's got to be vintage, and then all of a sudden you change categories.
I've got a long sleeve sort of compression top with the Boston logo from I'm going to say like 2012. Still got that.
Hold
That's
up.
good.
So You're wearing kit from a race you didn't run?
Yeah, it was a gift.
Ooh.
Oh, nah. I don't know about that. That's like a sign that if it's a marathon, like if you did a 10K, if you're like the Boston 10K, I'd take that. But you can't wear marathon merch if you didn't do it.
But I don't think it says like, it doesn't say like finisher or anything. It's just the Boston Marathon.
Nah, because if you're wearing that, you're flexing on you've done the Boston Marathon.
No one's buying that shit if they're not
it's like
racing.
wearing a name tag at work. It's like I work here. This is why I got the name tag on. Yeah. I went to like a vintage pop-up over there with Georgia at Boston, and it had like, vintage running singlets and like race day shirts. You would have loved it, Moose. Like a real big collection. Yeah. Yeah, it's come back around.
I love this one that would they post on your Strava during the week, Moose? Was it college tats?
Oh, I didn't see that.
No, that was on the Instagram post
on
too.
the Instagram post. Oh. That was quite good.
So I am looking into a way, Zachary and I, we found some sites the other day where listeners can insert their own, like record their own on an audio, like go to this website. We'll put in the show notes next week. Or maybe we might even put it between now and next week so we can then I can download and put them straight into our soundboard and then play them. And then we can listen to them live on the show and decide if they're kook or chord.
All right.
We were thinking about doing a Dropbox, but we were worried about all the stuff that people might drop into the
That would be
that's insane. That's awesome.
So we've got to be really careful there. But it's this website that Zach has looked into.
All right.
I won't tell you what they are, boys, and I'll just go bang, click this one. There'll be some listener talking, asking if this is kook or chord behaviour.
Good.
Listener question, Croaks.
All right, this episode's listener question is proudly brought to you by Precision Fuel and Hydration. Any requests from this list?
No. You choose.
All right. Session the week of a 10K race. What would you do this Tuesday/Wednesday? And that comes from Michael Binu on it's his Instagram handle anyway.
Good question.
Well, funnily enough, the three of us have a race this weekend.
I'm going to train real hard, so I've got an excuse if I have a shocker on Sunday. Going in heavy. I'm going to do some mileage.
Croaks has got 3 workouts planned too.
I personally feel like this has changed a little bit. Like back in the day, I used to probably run reps like too fast in race week, and like you go and blast some 200s and that sort of thing. But I've sort of come around now to, for a 10K, I'll start off, I'll obviously do my normal warm up. I might start off with like a mile controlled tempo as like an extended warm up. And then I'll do 4 either 800 or K reps off like 90 seconds if I want, or 2 minutes recovery at around that sort of 10K pace. And then I might finish it with another mile tempo. So that would be my session. Like I'm sort of learning my lessons as an older athlete that I need to put to bed the fast 200s at the end of a session. I don't need to do that. So for me, it's just doing some reps at around that 10K pace, maybe a touch faster, but giving yourself adequate recovery that you don't actually feel like you're going to the well for the session.
And then you'll just do strides later in the week?
Yeah.
You'll do 2 workouts.
So this week, because of my Achilles, I'm just going to jog tomorrow just to see how that feels. And then I'll do that sort of session that I just mentioned on the Wednesday. And then on the Friday, I might just do 2 to 3 really controlled 6-minute sub-threshold reps. So more like 18K an hour. I feel like a lot of athletes are doing this sort of stuff now a couple of days before the race, like doing, 3 5-minute reps or 3 6-minute reps at a pretty controlled pace a couple of days before the race. I don't think actually hurts you. I reckon really fast strides probably hurt me more than that. So, and I did that before Sydney 10. I did 3 6-minute reps and a 3-minute rep 2 days before.
Good, Bruce. What are you going to do?
I'm going to do like a shoe tester. Got 3 shoes to pick from: the On Cloudboom Strike 2, New Balance Super Comp Elite V6, and the Brooks Hyperion Elite 6. So I'm going to do probably 1K repeats and I'm going to start a bit slower and just like work down the gears to finish it probably about a 5K type effort. I'll probably do two by 1K around 10K effort, maybe 2 by 1K at around threshold. So maybe like 5 or 6 repeats. Pretty cruisy considering I've done fuck all and I don't want to do too much in the week that I race in.
Yeah, I'll be something similar, something where I start off around that threshold, maybe a bit slower. I'm going to also do mine Wednesday. So I reckon I'll do something like, 5 by 5 minutes at threshold and then maybe some 90 seconds, some 2-minute efforts around that 5 to 10K pace, which will feel harder. Like I'll do those and have to work pretty hard for them, but I know when it comes to Sunday that it's going to come a bit easier in the race situation, not early in the morning, people around, adrenaline, all that kind of stuff. And then I traditionally then would do strides, Croaks, but I might try what you said. Might try to just, a couple of 6-minute reps at 3:25 pace. Yeah. Something like that. Do your strides in your warm-up.
Yep.
You're going to run Saturday? Do half an hour?
I'll probably do 30 to 35 minutes Saturday.
Yep. Then, lock and load it. That was a list of questions. Thanks for that. That was Michael Bino. Thanks to Precision Fuel and Hydration for sponsoring that segment. Use the code IRP2026 for 15% off your first order. What's coming up? We got another social competition on our social media Instagram page today with Better Beer to win an entry to the Melbourne Marathon. Entries do close at 11:59 p.m. Wednesday night, though. That's the 29th of July. So a massive thanks to our friends at Better Beer for that one. Also, I can start saying that Brooks, one of our partners for the live show up at Sydney, which is exciting, boys. We had some fun with Brooks last year on the water. Some teasers are coming to our social media, supposedly. We're part with Brooks again. It's going to be on a yacht this time. What were we on last time? What kind of boat was that?
Party boat.
Party boat. Is a yacht like better than a party boat?
Bigger. It's going to be bigger.
Way bigger, I heard.
Yeah, and it's going to be on the Friday, not the Thursday this year. Okay.
We'll have more information about the other live show, which is going to be after the race on the Sunday afternoon in the next couple of weeks. This is because it's on a yacht. It's very hard to do it with the ticketing stuff. So I think there will be a chance to win the tickets. So we're going to do. Actually, I'm not going to say what we're going to do because Zach knows exactly what we're going to do, and I'm not sure how much I can say yet. But keep listening to the show. We'll have more details about that if you want to come cruising on a yacht with us, thanks to Brooks on the Friday before the race. What's coming up with you, Moose, between now and next week?
I'm back to Canberra late this week, actually. I'm going up Thursday morning early and then back Friday night. So me and you, Croaks, if you want to come pick me up Friday morning, we could go for a run.
Oh, yeah.
When are you coming to Melbourne, Croaks?
Saturday lunchtime.
What are you doing Friday?
I was going to do a few 6-minute reps.
Oh, I'll bring my shoes up, mate. I'll bring my shoes up.
Yeah.
Couple of boys rolling around some 6-minute reps around the lake.
Oh. Except I was going to go into this race having done all of my sessions on the treadmill.
Of course you were.
Don't mess with him, Moose.
Yeah, all right. I'll do it
myself.
Be good to catch up though, Moose. When you up again, like in the next month?
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
Croaks, what do you got coming up?
Well, kids back to school tomorrow. So, and I've got to enter a race. Got to get into this ASFIC portal.
How much is a race entry?
$51.
Okay.
Oh, actually, as a member, it's $51.
Yeah, I think it might be more if you're not a member. It might be like 60 or 70.
That's right. Still pretty affordable.
Yeah.
That's good. So no clubs ended up coming out other than Geelong Cats, and you didn't want to run Div 2.
No, well, it just feels wrong. Running for a club for one race, although I've done it in the past.
I reckon it's a personality thing, Moose.
I'm not sure he fits in with the Cats, to be honest.
Like, is that why the clubs haven't come out?
Well,
they know performance-wise you're going to get a 31-minute 10K.
Well, no, they're probably like, well, he may not race.
You don't want that personality like ruining your whole club culture.
He's got a dodgy Achilles.
No, I don't think any clubs are looking into your Strava that deeply.
I actually I don't love it. I don't love the idea of getting someone on your team for one race. Like to me, that doesn't scream culture. That's not how you build a club vibe.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah, you want people committed to you.
Yeah, and it will, unless the club's paying for my rego, why the hell would I pay? Like that race is going to cost me 200 something bucks, and I'm already registered with Sydney Uni. Like I'm a financial member of a club at the moment.
Yeah, good move. So you'd have to win, Moose. You got to win the last 4 rounds to get promoted.
I think there's some other scenarios if other teams finish low or something, but I think the way we're approaching it is you got to win every round.
This is do or die for the Geelong Cats.
Do or die. Every week's a do or die for us now.
Then you're definitely going sub 33 with that on the line.
Mate, that doesn't change my physiology.
Oh no, you'll go deep.
He might not be in the top 6 though. He might not.
High chance I won't be. High chance I'll be counting them off the line though. 1,
on
2,
the
3,
U-turns,
4, 5.
On the U's, you count them. That's how you count them.
Good.
Just checking this division. They've updated them. Yeah. Yes. What are you? 7 points behind.
So where do people who are...
You'll be starting back, Croaks.
Oh, yeah. You're off the back, mate. You're off behind your mate.
Wait and see you doing
Really?
that 4K in. Yeah, you're going to have to get the elbows out. Premier Division front line.
I think I might just sleep in.
Then Division 2.
Why?
Division 3.
So what you're saying, I've got to be back, like take 10, 15 seconds to cross the start line?
Andy kicks blokes off the front line. Like people come up to you like, mate, you're not in Premier Division, get back.
Oh, there's
a
good excuse. If Brady beats me.
This is a club event, mate.
You still get your net time starts when you cross the line.
Yeah, but the whole idea is to run with the pack.
Yeah, this is just.
So won't we run with the pack?
Mate,
you'll get in the pack.
You should see how fast people run off the line at Albert Park.
Which makes it even harder if you're 15 seconds behind.
You're going to have to get out real fast. This could be a way the All-Stars get the win here, Moose.
I'll be on the second line there, and I'll start in 30th, 40th, and I'll be like 150th at 1K.
You're going to do the opposite of Croaks.
So will Nick Earl be in the same boat as me, or will he run for Melbourne Uni as a one-off?
Oh, that's a good question.
I doubt it.
And Hopper better not be starting any further in front of me because he's not a member of a club either.
Yeah,
we'll be kicking them out.
All your ring-ins need to go further back. If I see anyone who's not in Premier Division, get off the front line. Because we got points we're racing for, Croaks. This is bigger than you and Hopper and Nick Earl individual time trial things going on. We got people's seasons are relying on this. All right, boys, do it all again next week. See you later.
Bye.
Thanks to Precision Fuel and Hydration for sponsoring this episode. Precision Fuel and Hydration is the answer to fuel your next marathon. Their free online planner helps you nail your sodium and carb intake so you don't fade when it matters most. Visit precisionhydration.com, and while you're there, place your first order and get 15% off when you use the code IRP2026.
Doesn't matter if it don't come back.